Let me tell you a story. There was once a speaker who delivered all his speeches with a gazillion dull slides and a monotone voice. Okay, it's not such a great story, right? And as an MC and a communications trainer, I have listened to a lot of those speakers, seen a lot of those stories. But the point I'm trying to make is that when it comes to great content that leaves audiences spellbound, speakers that actually open with a story resonate so much more than those who open with just PowerPoints and data, for example. But a client I spoke to recently told me she's got to deliver a specific presentation agreed from on high, and so she has to do the PowerPoint thing. So how do you get around that? How do you have PowerPoints and data and all that sort of stuff, which doesn't necessarily make things really exciting, but turn it into a story? So what I would always say, try and start your speech, even if it is really prescriptive and you've been really told what to say. Start with just a moment of humanity, a little story about you or about what you're going to be talking about, or it's just some way of bringing that in before you dive deep into the slides. Now, by story, I mean it can be just as simple as asking your audience to imagine what you're going to be talking about. Get them to start thinking about the starting point, the problem, or an outcome by just describing it in a way that they can picture it. That's what I mean by telling a story. And you then can think up ways you can break up the kind of relentless slideshow with some rhetorical questions and maybe more short conversational asides or let's imagines. It's such a powerful word, imagine it. You know, if you say to somebody, imagine this, their brain will just start to go into imagination mode, and that's essentially pictures and stories in their head. And it gives people aha moments. It helps them feel involved, especially if you then continue to keep painting pictures with your words and you use lots of allegories and similes and a metaphor basically to get them to be that way in their heads, to be telling a story in their heads with your words. So you can be really creative and wow your audiences, even if you've got a team of people or your boss is demanding that you use PowerPoint.